Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. And today I welcome you in your science class with chapter 6, class 7th, that is physical and chemical changes. So, as you can know from the name of the chapter, that in this chapter we are going to discuss about changes. So, every day we come across many changes in our surroundings. We see there are a lot of changes that are happening around us, and these changes involve one or more substances. For example, let us discuss some of the examples of changes that are happening around us in our daily life, like we dissolve sugar in water, formation of curd from milk, cooking of food, cutting of a piece of paper, stretching of a rubber band, melting of ice, melting of wax, boiling of water, rusting of iron, burning of candle, burning of wood, and burning of coal. These are some of the examples that we see in our daily life, in our surroundings. And these changes involve some changes involve only one substance, some involve two substances. Like if we dissolve sugar in water, then we need two substances. First substance is sugar, and second substance that we need is water. So two substances are needed. In the same way, if we want to cut a piece of paper, then only we need a paper. Okay, if we want to stretch a rubber band, then only we need the only substance that we need is a rubber band, and simply we can stretch it, as you can see on your screen also. Okay, so these are some of the changes that we see around us. In the same way, you can also make a list of changes that you notice around yourself. And in this chapter, we are going to classify these changes into some of the groups. And if we see broadly, we can classify these changes into two categories. And those two categories are physical changes and chemical changes. So, in the very simple words, if we want to define physical changes, then the change in which no new substance is formed, that is a physical change. For example, if we are cutting a piece of paper, then paper is not a new substance, that only shape is changed, only size is changed, but the substance is same. Earlier also it was paper, and now also it is paper. So no new substance is formed. So it means that this change is a physical change. In the same way, if we want to stretch a rubber band, then only the shape of rubber band is changed. Otherwise, rubber band is same. So it is also a physical change. In the same way, melting of ice. You know that ice is formed from water, and if we will melt ice again, then we will get water again. So no new substance is formed. Earlier also it was water, and now also it is water. So this is also a physical change. In the same way, boiling of water is also a physical change. But there are some changes in which new substances are formed. Like if we see formation of curd from milk, आप लोग भी अपने घर में नोटिस करते होंगे कि घर में जब हम दही बनाते हैं दूध से, सो कर्ड इज अ न्यू सब्सटेंस, मिल्क इज अ डिफरेंट सब्सटेंस एंड कर्ड इज अ डिफरेंट सब्सटेंस, बट कर्ड is formed from milk. So here formation of a new substance is happening. That's why this is a chemical change. Okay, in the same way, if we burn anything, burning of wood, burning of wax, burning of paper, anything we burn, so new substance will be formed, ash will be formed. Okay, जो वो black color का पीछे से बच जाता है, that is known as ash, राख जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, so that ash is formed and that is a new substance. Okay, so it means burning of anything, that is a new substance formed, and that is a chemical change. In the same way, rusting of iron. So when rusting of iron is there, then if you will notice in your surroundings, a brown colored flaky substance is formed on the surface of iron. You will notice that iron, on the surface of iron there is brown colored substance, powdery substance is there, and that is a new substance. Earlier it was not there, but now it is there. So it is a chemical change that is happening. Okay, in the same way, cooking of food, when you cook food, the raw vegetables are not does not remain same, they change their characteristics. Okay, they change their taste, they change their smell. So that is a chemical change happening. And very simple example, if you will notice, if you will cut an apple, and if you will not eat the apple and you are going to put apple aside, cut it apple, okay, cut apple, and then after some time, after half an hour or 2 hours, you will notice the color of the apple will change, it will change brownish. Okay, so that is also a new substance formed, and that is also a chemical change. So in this way, we can classify the changes that are happening around us into different categories, and those two categories are physical changes and chemical changes. Okay, so physical changes are generally reversible. So what do we mean by the word reversible, and what are the types, what are the characteristics? So let's discuss them in detail. So physical change, the change in which no new substance is formed. But what is changing? Because if change is there, then something is changing. If new substance is not being formed, then what is changing? So the physical change is the change in which physical properties, like the properties which we can see, like shape, size, state means solid, liquid or gas. If these, any of these is changing, like if the shape is changing, when we are cutting paper, then shape is changing. When we are stretching rubber band, then shape and size is changing. When we are boiling water or when we are melting ice, then state is changing, the water is changing. When we are melting ice, it is changing from solid to liquid state, and when we are boiling water, then it is changing from liquid state to vapor state. So there is change in the physical state, physical properties, because we can notice the change directly. Okay, so these are physical changes. Okay, and physical changes are generally reversible, not always, but generally they are reversible. For example, if we are stretching rubber band, and if we will release the force that we are applying to stretch the rubber band, the rubber band will regain its original shape, rubber band will come back to its original position, original shape and size. So it is a reversible change. But when we are cutting a paper with scissor, it is not a reversible change, it is an irreversible change. In grade 6 we have discussed about reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible changes are those changes which we can get back, which can be reversed. Okay, like stretching of rubber band, or we can say folding of paper. If we are folding a paper, then it is a reversible change, but when we are cutting a paper, then it is an irreversible change. In the same way, melting of ice, that is a reversible change. If you will keep the ice outside refrigerator, then it will melt, but if you will keep it again in the fridge, then it will again be frozen and it will again change into ice. So it is a reversible change. In the same way, boiling of water, it is also a reversible change. So generally, physical changes are reversible, but not always. Some physical changes are there which are not reversible, like cutting of paper or cutting of wood, cutting of cloth. So cutting is never a reversible change, because once if you cut anything, then you can't get back that original shape again, that original thing again. So that's why physical changes are not always reversible. Okay, so we have discussed about some characteristics of physical changes, and in next class we will discuss about chemical changes in detail. Okay, till then keep on watching the video again and again till you understand the concept clearly, and read page number 58 and 59 from your NCERT book. Take care students, stay healthy, stay happy.